This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. On McDonald's Coffee Day for Alzheimer's. It's World Alzheimer Day today.
It kind of sounded like William Shatner there at the top.
Did I give it a little?
With a pause.
Coffee Podcast. 50 cents out of every biggest hot McCafe beverage at McDonald's in the Quinte region. 6 of them taking part. Going to be going to the local Alzheimer's Society today. 50 cents from all of those. So thank you to all of those owners for generously donating that. And at the time of this recording, clearly, we have yet to be at McDonald's. Charity and I are going to be there doing some unspecified task.
Collecting money.
So we're doing.
We're going to be hitting you up for cash.
We are.
Or tap. Now they have the tap.
We are uniquely qualified.
Machines in the drive-thru.
Tap my belly.
5, 10, and 20, I believe.
Yeah.
You can just tap it.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
It's
As
pretty
I told
neat.
you, it's not
It's
real
cool.
money anyway, so just donate it.
Exactly. You don't even miss it.
It's
Boom.
numbers on
Done.
a page on a Visa or a MasterCard account, and then you use numbers on a page from your bank account to eliminate those until your business where you work puts more of those numbers into that numbered account.
Exactly.
Do you know? I
You
don't
have
know-
it figured out.
I'm trying to think of how long ago, because it's probably less now. But if the world were to actually liquidate all currency, like legitimate money, it's only 3% of what we say we have in our bank accounts. The rest of it is just made up numbers.
Wow.
Just made up numbers. Like when you get
Makes
a
us
mortgage.
feel good, though.
Yeah, when you get a mortgage, it's, a $300,000 home. They put $300,000 worth of debt in. Nobody took $300,000 of their money and put it in for you. And
No.
then you're paying them back. So I don't know how world economies work. That's macroeconomics. My job is to read the sponsors, and then you do the weather. That's my
That's why
job.
I'm in radio.
Exactly. I'm fascinated
Not
by
numbers. I know you are, which is surprising. You're in radio
it. Fascinated
because
by
you love it. I, on the other hand, it just makes my head hurt every
Just
time you
want to
bring
know
it
how
up.
things work. 2,000 Canadians who didn't mind people prying into their private lives of drinking coffee responded to the following poll. How many do you have in a day? The average coffee drinker in Canada, 2 cups of coffee a day. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I believe that. Anything more, I start to get the shakes.
A little jittery?
I wonder how people, because there are people who will drink coffee literally all day. Still sleep, but I question how good a sleep that is. And I
yeah.
question how they function during the day.
I know. As soon as the mug is done, the next one's being poured. It's
Yeah.
it's constant.
It's constant.
It's nonstop. On average, it takes how long to finish 1 cup of coffee? 21 minutes.
I'm not in that group.
And neither is a listener who texted in who's been nursing the same mug since 6 this morning.
I have one
Impressive.
between Monday and Friday. And I say this because I know you don't drink coffee, but I will have a coffee in the morning. And quite often it will last me from the time I leave the house at, when do I leave? 4:30
Yep.
until about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's how long it lasts during the week. On the weekend, maybe 20, 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that's all I'm doing. I'm sitting just enjoying the coffee.
You're enjoying
if
the
I'm
coffee.
not distracted,
Yeah.
I can fit into that.
Like I am a distraction.
But yes, we did have a listener comment and agreed with me that, it takes her all morning to drink a cup of coffee.
Average Canadian will refuse to pay more than how much for a regular size coffee?
Refuse to pay?
Refuse to pay more than this amount of money.
I'd say $1.50.
$3. And you can get a normal one for $3.
Actually, I shouldn't say that because I have paid more than that. They've upped the prices. Okay, so I wouldn't pay over
$3.
$2.
Yeah.
$3 to me.
$3?
Because there are
Yeah.
places that it's ridiculous. I don't know what I'm paying for at that point.
Most popular way to brew coffee, 19% say drip.
Yes.
Has to be drip. 16% espresso.
I don't think I could handle espresso.
Cold brew, 14%. And the good old-fashioned kettle pour over, 13%.
Really?
Yeah. And what is the number one thing to pair with coffee? Chocolate,
Yes.
43%. Breads at 34%.
Really?
Cheeses, 31%. Fruits.
31% for cheese?
Cheeses, coffee and cheese.
No.
That's
just the
a
idea.
breath. That's a breath after, isn't it?
Okay.
Fruits at 26%, top 4.
See, I'd say cookies.
Happy coffee day. Yeah.
Cookie or a biscuit with it is always very good.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Bagels. There's a reason why Tim Hortons sells both.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's coffee day today. We salute Tim Hortons for their smile cookies. We're going to talk more about that tomorrow because we're going to decorate them tomorrow. But McDonald's, thank you so much again for your efforts at 50 cents for all the coffee going to Alzheimer's Society. More than 1 million Canadians are forecast to be living with dementia by the end of 2030. That's just in a few years. 1 million Canadians will have dementia.
Think about their families too.
Yeah.
That's just the ones diagnosed with dementia. And then there's the family. I remember Laura Hare, when she was with the Alzheimer's Society, saying to me once, she said, it's not necessarily the people who have dementia that need the greatest support. It's the families and caregivers. It doesn't just affect that one person. It affects the entire family. I've always remembered that. And I thought that's so true.
They say by 2050, so roughly 25 years from now, when the baby boomer generation, those who are left, are all over the age of 85, they say the percentage of Canadians living with dementia will be close to 13%. It's a big, big number. So your point, care partners, average 26 hours of care a week.
Yep.
And if current trends continue, the number of hours provided by family and friends could reach almost 1.4 billion hours annually by 2050. That is the equivalent to 690,000 full-time jobs.
Well, think about our healthcare system.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of families are having to take on more of a caregiver role because caregivers aren't there.
So
Professional caregivers.
Your money goes to help a lot of those people. We had Angela on this morning saying what a big day it is for them.
Yeah, we're very excited. We'll be at 6 McDonald's, Madoc, Picton, Belleville, Bayview Mall, Belleville North Front, Trenton Town Center, and Trenton Monogram Place, where we will be getting 50 cents from every hot beverage, and we'll also be accepting donations, so we're very excited.
That's great. You know, when World Coffee Day was tied sort of together with the Alzheimer's Society, you're encouraged, and I'm sure you still are, to host coffee parties and the like, because it was to share as much of the stories and learn as much about Alzheimer's as possible. But it really has grown to become a great community event.
It has. That's absolutely for sure. The support that we receive from local McDonald's, from our staff, our volunteers, our community partners, you know, there's so many people that come out and support us, and people going through and getting a hot coffee and maybe one for their receptionist or their neighbor is extra special. It sure goes a long way to helping the local Alzheimer's Society. We are only 40% funded, so we get the rest of the dollars needed to run every day to provide free programming and services to our clients. We get it from the community and from events like this, so it's really appreciated.
Angela joined us from the Alzheimer's Society. You know, you talk about the free programs, which is amazing because it is one of the most debilitating ways to live, whether it's you or certainly the caregivers. How many numbers are we talking about in the Quinte region who benefit from your programs?
Well, we support so many people. We estimate that currently there are over 5,000 people living with dementia in our service area, being Hastings, Prince Edward, and the municipality of Brighton. And we offer supports, free local supports to the caregivers that look after them. Unpaid caregivers, they just offer so much needed support. So last fiscal, for example, we had over 15,000 individual client interactions. So it just goes to show you how much work our small local team does.
So important to get out. And I don't think much encouragement is needed for people to come and get coffee. And to pick up a few extras, certainly. But for those who may not, how else can they help support the Alzheimer's Society, Angela?
Well, they can certainly come on into our local office at the Bayview Mall. They can also go to our website. So that's www.alzheimer.ca/HPE, and they can make donations there. We actually have a match going on right now, so there's lots of great ways to help us out. Certainly, we accept book donations.
Oh, yeah.
We need volunteers. There's so many ways that you can help. So certainly, give your local Alzheimer's Society a call. You can certainly reach us at 613-962-0892, and we're happy to work with you.
You mentioned books. Just for the record, when is the next book sale?
Yeah. The next book sale is the first Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of November.
November,
here at the
okay.
Love it.
Yep.
Just in time for
All right.
Christmas gift giving. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. And you'll have your comfy shoes on. You're
Yes.
all over the place.
We sure are, yes.
All right. Angela, thank you so much. And good luck with all your programming.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
It's really great to hear that those programs are free. My mother-in-law passed away 2 years ago at the age of 98. She had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's for 17 years before
my
she passed
gosh.
away. Yeah, 85. So the life expectancy of an 85-year-old woman being diagnosed with Alzheimer's might be 2 years, 3 years.
Well,
she
and
lived
when
13
did it
more.
When did it really, I guess, take effect? When did she really need to have care?
Yeah. Well, she wasn't able to get into care because of waiting lists
Yeah.
till 2007. She was diagnosed in 2004 and living alone.
Wow.
Constant care from
07 to when she passed.
Right. Yeah, but there were people who were checking in. But I remember the first day, and I don't want to get too much into it, but I remember the first time, the first episode, if I would call it.
Your
when-
experience with it when it first.
And it was
you
really
saw
kind
it?
of an overreaction to a problem. It was just something that, and Kath, of course, was there, and we were visiting. And I looked at Kath, and Kath looked at me, and she kept saying, "Mom, it's fine. It's not. Oh, it's ruined the trip. It's like massive overreaction." And then things started to happen, and you look back and you say, "That was the moment for me when and that might have been 2001." And it
Oh,
would take 3 more years before it really elevated into something where she clearly went to doctors for it and they could make a diagnosis. So anyway, back to my point, we live up here. And my wife wanted to be able to caregive and learn, and she went and took some of those free programs offered locally by the Alzheimer's Society. So when Angela talked about, 5,000 people locally, but not everybody who's a caregiver lives, not every patient lives
Yeah.
locally, but caregivers might. We've got, family, could be in Ottawa, could be in Toronto,
well, as
could be
I
in
said,
Peterborough.
it's not just the person diagnosed.
Yeah.
It's the family that these programs are available and that the Alzheimer's Society helps support, which is wonderful.
Yeah. So she mentioned you can go on the website. I did that this morning during the show. I made a donation because it strikes my family. And I was pleased to say when she said there's a matching program, I don't want to, to kind of blow that aside. So you make a $50 donation, that's $100. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's matched.
Exactly.
25 becomes 50. So go today and alzheimers.ca, and then you just do /HPE, send you right to there. And the match is right there on the front page. It's so easy to do.
Awesome.
And help them out. So, Angela, thanks for that today. And then we have Brad McNevin on, cool guy, CAO of Quinte Conservation on the show for a pretty interesting event.
Well, they're celebrating 75 years, which is pretty incredible in itself. But yeah, they've got a very unique event coming up October 1st. They're holding a gala fundraiser and artisan market in the woods, which, of course, is Quinte Conservation. A little different than what we've seen in this community. So yeah, we wanted to talk to him and get all the details.
I want to find out what it takes to be a CAO for Quinte Conservation. What's the day-to-day duties of your job description?
Well, mostly municipal outreach and making sure that our messages are out there in regards to our programs and services, and we have a lot of dams and do a lot of flood forecasting and monitoring in the whole region, and we have quite an extensive list of responsibilities.
So when the rain stops coming like it did this summer, you get more concerned than most, and then when the flooding begins in the spring, you get more concerned than most?
That's right. Yeah, we're on both sides of the spectrum. We are concerned about high water and flooding, and also low water for municipal and private wells too. So and the streams and rivers for water flow to make sure that the critters have enough water to keep them alive.
Very important. And of course, support is needed to keep your programs and to keep everyone there working as hard as they do. So coming up October 1st, there's a fundraising gala, an artisan market. This sounds so interesting, Brad, so neat.
Yeah, it's a kind of exciting opportunity that we have. Normally, we don't have people in our conservation area properties in the evening, but this is an evening event where we're going to have the trees lit up and have some really cool entertainment and opportunities for us to have this gala and artesian market. And we're excited that it's coming together.
We're handing out some tickets for that, but if anybody wants more information, where would be the best place to go to get them?
At our website, quintyconservation.ca. And there's you can get all the information and our sponsors and all of the details about what's going to happen during the event.
Now, you mentioned people are going to be able to come to the conservation area. So, like many galas, I think people tend to get a little dressed up. Do you want people to get dressed up for this? Heels wouldn't be the best choice.
No, I think that with this fall cooler temperatures, we're going to encourage people to wear their fancy plaid. So,
Yes.
Get out your fanciest plaid shirt and come to the event with some comfortable shoes to walk around on the trails and tour the property or parts of the property.
Brad McNevin, the CAO of Quinte Conservation, with their upcoming gala and artisan market, which is going to be on October the 1st. Should they bring cash with them that night? Explain to me the idea of the market.
Yes, that would be great. There is some market vendors that are going to be there, some artesian market vendors, and then we have lots of sponsors we're going to have a silent auction as well. So we have some great gifts and items for the auction.
Now, I understand there'll also be live music and an interactive Indigenous knowledge sharing around a campfire.
Yes, that's right. We have some great performances lined up. Mike Kelly as well as Howard Reyes, and then the Tweed and Company Theater Group are going to do a modern folktale through the forest, basically. So it's really going to be quite a sight.
And when we think of fundraising in the community, Quinte Conservation doesn't often come up. What will this money be used for?
Well, we have it going towards our stewardship and education program. That's something that we deliver to the kids from kindergarten to grade 12, where we're in their schools and doing special programming to help them learn and appreciate about nature.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. How much are tickets, Brad?
$75 to get the tickets, and then that gets you in the door and access to all of the entertainment.
Get your tickets, crossing our fingers for good weather, because he says rain or shine.
It's a rain or shine event.
It's going to be a great event, rain or shine. Because it's October.
Well, and I love
Quinte
the
region.
fancy plaid. That to me sounds like my kind of gala.
Yeah. $75 easily
Get the
accessible to
hiking
everybody.
shoes out, the hiking boots, and your plaid, and take an umbrella.
What do you
and
say?
enjoy.
Be done around 9 or 10 o'clock?
Yeah, 6 to 9.
Yeah, it
so it's
doesn't
not
go
a
all
real
night.
late night, but you can just get outdoors and take in this wonderful organization that we have right here. 75 years again here in the Quinte area, and they do such important work as well, keeping everyone safe and the environment around us protected. So yeah, do your part for them as well.
Nice stuff. Thank the listener who texted this morning to say first day of fall tomorrow, 8:04.
8:04 tomorrow morning, just when we play this throwback. It's
Throwback
awesome.
Thursday, fall songs. Charity has Free Fallin' by Tom Petty.
Do.
And Finn and the Boys, Crowded House, trailing with Fall at Your Feet.
See, my second pick was Jesse Cook's Fall at Your Feet, which I know you don't like to hear, but I like that song. I like the song.
Okay. Blasphemy.
Whatever.
Get your favorite, get your votes in on Facebook. Winning song coming up when fall arrives tomorrow at 8:04. Jimmy Hollywood has new movies. We have The Phrase That Pays at the Pump. It's a big first day of fall. Catch it with Mark and Charity mornings tomorrow morning right here on 95.5 Hits FM.